3 years ago, I made a relationship that now is about to make me $30,000. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make those same relationships that you can monetize and help people solve problems at the same time. So for those that don't know, my name is Jay. I'm a real estate investor with primarily wholesale based in Baltimore. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to network with estate probate attorneys. Okay. But before I do that, let me just give y'all this quick little story, right? So every Friday I like to do is called Follow-Up Fridays. It should be every day, but 3 years ago, I was just doing it on Fridays and really just maximizing Fridays to follow up with people I spoke to in the past, maybe 2 months, 6 months, just wasn't quite ready, but ultimately helped them make that decision. So this one particular call, I met this gentleman, I want to say it's probably about like 2 years before that. So I had a lead, I met him, saw the house, made an offer. Things just didn't work for whatever reason. But he was so cool. I said, you know what? I'm going to just keep this relationship going and still follow up because the house needed work. And ultimately, he was going to sell it or probably just donate it, right? So, like I said, I'm following up on this particular Friday. And normally I get him, but a lady picks up the phone. So I was a bit confused. I'm like, I never spoke to this lady a day in my life because I've been following up with him maybe every month for the past 2 years. But for some reason, a lady picks up the phone. So I'm like, hello? I was like, hey, is Rick there? She was like, no, Rick passed away last month. And that caught me off guard. I didn't even expect it. I mean, I know he was older, but he just had a sound mind. He was very savvy, very smart, very articulate. I didn't even think he was that old, but it was a very unfortunate position to be in. And I didn't even know what to say. I was kind of stunned, but she was like, look, is there any reason why you calling? I was like, yeah, I spoke to, Rick a few months ago. I met him. He was a really nice guy. He was talking about selling his house. She was like, yeah, well, actually, I'm working with the probate attorney now. So why don't you just give the probate attorney a call and let him know that you're interested? So I did exactly that. She gave me the phone number for the probate attorney. I went ahead and called the probate attorney and introduced myself. I let him know I'm a real estate investor and I got the connection from one of his clients. And he was like, okay, great. So come to find out, the probate attorney tells me that he actually owned two properties. So I was like, wow. So he was like, you could see this one and you could see another one. I was like, oh yeah, I want to make an offer on both of them. So I went ahead, I made an offer on two, but I only got one. Fast forward, I ended up getting that deal wholesale that made like 22,000, and it was like I thought it was going to be very cumbersome because anytime you add additional parties, it can drag the process a little bit longer than you don't expect. Because think about it, right? Normally it's two parties in the transaction, the seller and the buyer. But then when you got agents, you got the seller's agent and you got the buyer's agent. In this particular scenario, we didn't have no agents, thank God, but we had wholesaler, which is me, and you also have the attorney. So that's a whole nother party. So sometimes things can get a bit cumbersome, but luckily everything went smooth. It was a nice, easy transaction. He didn't really care about my contract. He knew I was wholesaling it. And he was like, look, do what you can, man. As long as you could close, I don't even care. I was like, all right, bet. So I closed 3 years ago. And ever since I closed, I'm like, okay, great. It was a good closing, but it's like the thing about wholesaling is there's pros and cons, right? So one of the cons is after you close a deal, you have to replace that one lead with like 20 or 30 other leads to keep your business afloat. And it's not really a relationship driven business by nature. It is very transactional. But on the flip hand, if you have an attorney that you have a relationship with, they're actually doing probate deals all the time, right? They come across these scenarios all the time, and you have to show yourself as a expert in the marketplace, and you could help them get things done. Because at the end of the day, attorneys just want to deal with paperwork. They don't really care about hiring an agent or putting the property up for auction. That can be so much of an extra hassle that you don't even want to. I can only imagine. So again, if you show up, you find a way to add value, which is taking this file off his hands, then you will win. So I had the great idea to be like, hey, why don't I just follow up with him every month to see if he comes across any other opportunities? So ever since then, I've been following up with him, following up with him, following up with him. He never really got back to me. And it's because he's like, the attorney's also elderly too, so he's not really in the office like that. I always get an automated response from him. He always says, I'll respond to you within 48 hours. So this last month, I reached out to him like I normally do, and he gave me the automated response. And then he hit me back again, and he was like, yo, I got this file that just came across my desk, but it's in PG County. And I was like, okay, it's worth the drive. I'll take a look. So I went down there, took a look, and I got that property under contract, which is also going to net me $30,000 as well. So long story short, at the end of the day, it's all about building these relationships, leading with value, right? Be able to problem solve, help people, because at the end of the day, you got to help people solve their problems, and ultimately you'll get what you want, or you'll get what you deserve. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave y'all some value, so that way y'all could pay it forward. All right. See y'all on the next one. Peace.